You know, it helped to actually have on my microphone. Am I audible now? I am having a dizzy cat day. I forgot what button to start the stream, and I forgot my hand tracking, and that tells you about how today's going. I'm less dizzy now, but hi Silver, and hi 8-bit. And then fix other thing noticed. There we go. Now I actually look in the right place. Yeah, so we're going to be working on Mac and Cheesy's model today. I currently have slapped on my ears and tail on them. Hi Lemonade, hi 8-bit. Yeah, so we're going to be using my ears and tail as a base so that we can then make their ears and tail, which I believe I still have an image of them somewhere. Yes, right there. They have very, very floofy looking ears. So we're gonna try and do something like that. But I think the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to go and fix the armature a bit. We're going to hold on to the right tail, I think, and delete the other one. So if we just select all of these, hit delete those bones. Oh, no. What? Why do you do that? It's all bones? No, what? Why? Delete bone? What? Oh, because I have mirror on. No, no mirror. Yes, they are very floofer. Delete those bones. There we go. Okay. So now we can click on the cat thingy, get out of edit mode, select the tail, and then delete that, delete vertices. And now we just have that one. So now if we go out of that mode and go into pose mode with the cat armature there, so it's going to be the armature cat 02 somewhere. This one. Now if we start pose mode, we can reposition that tail, and then that'll get this more in line. So if we put that like there, and do a rotate so that it's more straight, now we have that centered and we can apply as rest pose. So now that change goes through entirely. So now we have single tail and ears. And we can start changing. Why is ears shrink even a blend shape on this? Oh, right, that's for the hat one, the hat. hide ears for hat. That's why I had ear shrink. I forgot. Words hard. Shapeshift easier. Yeah, so let's start with changing the inner floof, I think. Because we don't want these extra floofs. We'll delete those. And then we want...
Lemonade underscore Fox wants cat to shapeshift. Child.
Child. RGB child. There we go. We need to make point and have these curved a bit more, I think. So what we're gonna do is... oh, hi Adam! I think we'll start with doing the inner poof, because we're already here. So we've got mirror on. If we scale that one, yeah, it scales the other one too. So if we just grab that, go poof. That better. So that'll be a good start. And then we drag this side forward. We'll do this from above. There. Oh, but that can't go too far forward. Her ears are, I think, more back than mine are. It's kind of hard to tell. Hang on. Do I have the other reference image? I don't think I'll show her full reference sheet on. Okay, no, her reference sheet doesn't have any side views or anything, but it does look like her ears are further back on them. But that could just be a layering thing. But I think the way we'll try and do that then is go into pose mode, grab the cat ear base thingy, and just literally drag that back. So that positions them further back on the head. So that should make our job easier. And then if we just apply his rest pose, that's more accurate. You haven't been back in VR since Sunday. That makes sense. It's good to take breaks and let yourself have time to recover. Up there. I need to make that more pointy. So if we grab that one, do scale down, is that not? That kind of makes it more pointy, but it's not how I would want it to. Other option, grab like that one, shrink down, raise up. That makes pointy too. I think that's closer to the way we want to go. So like sharpen that there, expand a little bit, and then do there. I'm wondering if we wanna do this in sculpt mode at this point, because we are essentially just sculpting the thing that we're trying to do here. But it is coming out even just this way, so I'll probably just carry on like this for now. Hi Moon, I hope you have fun with Minecraft. Lemonade, should I be concerned that it's a you don't remember why? Meaning you knew why before but don't now? Bring that forward. Bring this one up. Should help a bit. And then I think drag that one forward. Forward, forward. And then have this curve down more. That's starting to look more like their ears. They're starting to get somewhere. There. Grab that one curved down a bit more. Like that. They've got big floofy ears. Actually, these are probably even a bit smaller than they need to be. Oh, we have a Fred. Hi Sammy, how you? How do we want to make this bigger? Let's try sculpt mode after all. Well, actually no, if we do that, then it's not gonna be exactly mirrored. And then I want to avoid that. Why are you deleting OneDrive? What did OneDrive do? I've been dizzy most of the day, so I'm still pretty dizzy. Storage plus extortion? That's fair. I think maybe shift those forward a little bit more. And then maybe if we grab like the center loop and make bigger. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Thing is, now this needs shift. Because that needs poof, but out. Something like that. But it feels like it needs to rotate out more. Where is this point? That's the point I want to drag outwards. Pull that like that. There we go. That's looking more like it. Yeah, I've the dizzy thing is something that is a chronic condition, unfortunately. So it tends to have flare-ups for various reasons. And I've been to multiple like ENTs, neurologists, cardiologists, and most either say not my problem or exactly my specialty. And that's not a good sign when you have one neurologist saying it's migraines without the headache, and another saying it's non-epileptic seizures, and a third neurologist saying it's anxiety. So I don't really have any answers. But I do know there have been a lot of triggers that have been tripped recently that's been making me more dizzy, including one of the recent ones was catching boyfriend had sore throat and sick thing, and getting that ends up sick is one of my triggers, so I'll just end up dizzy for like a week. Yes, hi Slurp. How you? How do we want to tweak this more? I think we'll do... I need to make this feel fluffier, that's one thing. Fair enough, we can make many eepy. That is reasonable. I think this needs to come out more. So shrink that down so it affects the other less. And then we've got sharper poof. Yes, that better. And then I think this one needs to go up too. That is much more like what we expect. Have fun at work, sir. Yeah, I hope you got the wood out of your eye lemonade. Maybe select these two. And then Something feels wrong with this side. I think that'll help smooth it out a little bit. Yeah, it feels a little bit better. It does still seem to come out further than I would expect it to with that forward. So maybe I do need to just drag back. Like there. There we go, that feels better. Next question then is how do inner floof? Because I know they don't want the fluff that I have. They don't want the actual fuzz. So I can't rely on floof to be fuzz to be floof. It needs to feel floofy in the base mesh itself, which is going to be a real challenge when it comes to that huge floofy tail too. But given that we've done that on the V5 that I just was, I think we can do that. So we'll start with how do we want to start this? V5 outfit is nice. I think I'm actually gonna select those, delete, dissolve edges, join these two to create a little bit more geometry there. And then I should be able to remove those two edges as well. And then we don't have any extra loops or anything. But I do need to do the same on this one. So dissolve edges, join, and then dissolve those two edges. There we go. I don't actually know why we didn't do that on this one, but it works as is, so I think I'll leave that one. And the rolling sleeves is a really cool feature on VR chat, but is a massive pain to set up because you have to frickin' have bone in arm for sleeve that you can pull on and actually have it tracking that. Let's see. So if we hide both of those and then select these two, mesh, snap to symmetry. Okay, they're already symmetrical. You did. This question now is how to make this feel floofy. Think first thing I want to do is select these ones and these ones. Do we want a bit further than that? Then we'll go one further. And then we'll do extrude. So now we have extra spot there. And then we can add around these ones. Edge, mark sharp, mesh, normals, reset vectors. Why did that add sharps there? It's not what I wanted. Need to get rid of all of these sharps. Edge, clear sharp. There we go. And then do the same over here. Waffle time? Why waffle time? Clear sharp. Those ones, those ones. I forgot one over here. Edge, clear sharp. There we go. So now we've got a little pop out on them. Oh, those are feeling like in the wrong place though, now that I put them there. That's no good. How do we want to deal with that then? I think we'll select all of the ones that we did. And then hide the hair for a second. So we'll get those, select more, delete faces. Then if we select those, both those edge, can I not? Fill? Okay, no, I don't like that. What is other good way of doing this? I could just select this edge, extrude out, and deal with as whole, I guess. So if I select there, select there. I don't like that though. You're making waffles? Waffles sound yummy. Yeah, because I don't even select all the way either. So I do want to get that rejoined. Select all these two. And then can I hold these back? Not like that, like this. Is this like scaled differently? No, I think that's correct. Like that, and then if I do select all of that, merge by distance, and then just increase that. Oh dang it, it's gonna get too close. Okay, hang on. So we need to instead do that, select plus, and then merge by distance. Raise that. There we go. So that got rid of, I think, all of those, or is there No, it looks like that's fine. Yeah, I'm not seeing an additional one there, so these just need to have sharp removed. And whatever the heck is happening over here. What is even happening over here? I am confused. Edge. Clear seam. No, clear sharp. There we go. Okay, we got it back to where it was. Now can I fix whatever the heck this one's doing as well before that confuses me even more? I think the answer is no, because I have no idea what this is doing. Oh, he... I think that's the correct one to pull out this way. There we go. Okay, so that makes more sense at least. Still kind of confusing, but at least a bit more understandable in where things are placed now. Alright, so then we actually want these ones, I think. We tab out. I guess we do want these ones too. Pets may or may not help. Sometimes pets make me more dizzy because I just want to flop over and enjoy the pets. You may be aware, but they may not. So let's select that, that. Same on this one. Edge, mark sharp. Okay, starting to get somewhere, I think. Now we just need to round this out. Something like that. And then this outer edge needs to poof out more. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Problem is I kind of want this bit to separate now as well. So how would I go about doing that? What if I do select these ones? Okay, what is going on with that point too? That's gonna bug me now. There we go. That's better. And I don't know where you're seeing bees that they're blue. We'll do extrude there. Actually, select those ones too. Extrude out there. Then that should give us a little bit more oomph there. Especially if we grab these extrude out up. And then how do I want to do that? I think I want to select these three, drag in more. I think at the end of this I'm just gonna do a mirror, because it's getting to the point that that's not doing it all on one side is easier. But I think that's start of floof. That's looking pretty floofy. Ooh, very nice. Thank you for checking, calling that out, Eternal. Huh? Are my eyes closed? No? I'm confused. Why are you asking my eyes are closed? Oh, lemonade. Okay. I was about to say, you can see my eyes. Hi, Gold. Oh, I should have them on Dizzy. You're right. There we go. No, not Dizzy. Dizzy not work? Oh no, Dizzy work. Okay. It's Dizzy. So that go far. I want to do select from there to probably there. Do yeah, V rep. Then we can separate out those two. The ears are not backwards. This is the floof we're working on. The outer ear is already set. Yeah, they are big ears. I need to do. What am I doing? Right, I need to fill that gap. So if I select those two, extrude scale down, and then move that way, can create gap. And then think is it's okay to join them there. So just merge it center on those. And then edge mark sharp, just to make sure there are no fighting. Yes, there is a raspberry in that song. Click that helping. I think this still needs to come out a bit more, feel more foof. And then, there you go, raspberry. Oops. Is that floofy looking enough? Maybe have that go woof. Or have this one come down more. That a little better. Poof. There we go, we're getting somewhere. And then maybe scoot forward a bit and up a bit. And then do the... Do we either need one more there or have it rotate bit? I think rotate bit fixed. That seemed like floof. That matches, I think. But maybe now it needs like extra poof down this side. Why cast bees? I don't want bees. I don't want 7,000 lobsters either. We have Fred and Frank.
Silverblaze official sent 75 to say, I cast bits.
Why cast bits? I like cuddles. Pull that one out. think that's the right spot for it. I just need to get it feeling floofy now. So far, confus. Scoot those down a little bit, and then drag that bit out. There we go. That feel more like it. Like that. Oh, that too far in. Don't like how far that in. Hydrate. No 1K. What do you mean you didn't mean to duck me? You very much ducked me, though. You pressed the wrong one. How dare.
Hey Cat, this is Blender. Go ahead and save before I crash again.
Oh, good point. Should save. Oh, I RGB now. There we go. I think this need forward too. There we go. Now we got the poof. Yeah, I like head pats more than getting hit with a duck. That need go out further. Both need go out further. Do the poof. And this needs that way. There we go. Poofy ear. That go like that. And then I think need this one to be dragged out more. Make proper poof. Starting to get somewhere. I got booped. This one also needs floof. I think that looked okay. And then we grab this one. Edge mark sharp. E. And then these edges, edge clear sharp. Get rid of those two. But do need to make this one sharp. Edge mark sharp so that poof properly. maybe that needs to scoot in more too. Because this feels a little odd. There we go. I think that helped. Seams are gonna be hard on this though. How want to fix? We still need to make the inner floof, because the inner floof? The floof at like the very front. How'd you get wood in both of your eyes? I feel like I might have missed that earlier. I feel like I asked and then didn't see. How fix floof? Could not work. Oh, you didn't have safety glasses when cutting wood. Yeah, that would do it. That's why you wear safety glasses. Do they not have equivalent of eye wash station? Where I don't know where you were doing it. Cause I know like chemistry labs have eye wash station. Don't know if the carpentry workshops have eye wash station or not. I imagine not. Because that very much feels chemistry lab-y. But I've also not been in many carpentry studios. And I will see what I can do later, Silver. OSHA stuff makes them. That makes sense. If anyone would, it would be OSHA. How make this make sense? OSHA lets you have fun later. Yeah, you'd have to get clean like saline and just do an eye flush, which would be pouring water over the open eye for like a prolonged period of time, which is why you don't want to do it with tap water, because that could get the bacteria and stuff in tear duct or through the membrane on your eye. But you gotta take care of it, because the risk is losing your vision, and that's no fun at all. I'm getting distracted by this, so we're gonna fix all of the messed up sharps on this. Edge, clear, sharp. No sharp at all. That looked better. I also just realized these did not have thingy dragged out properly, because those should go out that way, and these two go out that way. That feel better. Yep, there's where it feels wrong. that way better. These two probably need to come out that way. These two come out that way to beef it up a bit more. That better. Oh, that does not sound fun, Silver. Eye injuries never sound fun. That need forward. Can do, yeah. Oh, that's a lot of cuts on that. We need only one. Cut there. And then that should let moving be smoother transition. There we go, hydrate. Something feels odd with this one. Move that over, that one over, that one over. Maybe make bigger gap. Or maybe grab that one. Reduce, so drag that forward a bit more. Something feels weird with that shading there. I feel like mesh, normals, reset vectors. There we go. That's why. Because it was still inheriting the thingy. And I think this is just a bit too far out. And that one is too far in. We're getting in the fiddly part. There we go, that looks a lot better. You don't need bits to pat the cat. You use the thingies. Bits not part of that. Bits are not needed right now. Need the inner floof still. So I think do extract or extrude. I do scale. And then bring that one up. Clear sharp. Too EP song right now. There we go. Extrude. vertex. Smooth vertices. That better? And do that one over. That one over. Can have that poof out that way maybe?
Save.
Saving. So we got a poof there. The save jump scared you? Suppose it would be catnap stream if I fell asleep. Edge, mark sharp. That one already sharp. And then have this one, this maybe? We'll do one more. Extrude out. Up more, back more. Vertex smooth. So that go more burr. Edge clear sharp. And then extrude from there again. Vertex smooth. And then select side. Those two go across. And click that, and then drag that back. And then this one, drag back. This is weird shape going on. Why do that? Is it just cause normal's not recalculated yet? Can also do edge sharp there. Select all that. Mesh, normals, recalculate or reset vectors. Wait, what? Silver, what did you do? I don't. Yeah, I still get notifications while stream. So I guess I'll accept the random Steam game that you've sent me. we go. So we got little floof start. Let's get that curved more that way and coming out more that way, and then those two can be sharp as well. Fair enough, Silver. I think I want these to come out too. There we go. Now that floof. And feel more like it overlaps well with the other floof. That's not how that's supposed to work, and you know it, Silver.
Okay, be a bad boy and watch me find it out for myself.
I feel like that was the song speaking for you there. Mark sharp on that one too. I want to get a little bit more, like 2 floofs more on that one. Maybe just this bit extrude out. Edge. No, vertex smooth vertices. There we go. And then edge, clear, sharp. And then if I select this one, then can have poof. Those ones need to scoot up. These ones need to scoot that way. So that comes in smooth there. That go down to curve out a little bit more. And I think this one too go down to help kind of get that upward curve a bit more. And then these 3 come out to make poof. Question is whether that work enough for keeping soft. Mesh, normals, reset vectors again just to be sure. There is a little bit of silliness going on there, it feels like. Not too much though. Oh no, Silver got a 1. Silver. And a whoop. Botrix does not want you to pay me. Botrix is not the one who is messing with you.
Something I'm scared of. I suppose monsters. There are many types of monsters in this world. Monsters who will not show themselves and who cause trouble. Monsters who abduct children. Monsters who devour dreams. Monsters who suck blood.
There we go, that's looking better.
Monsters who
And then that one,
lies.
go that one more?
Lying monsters.
No, because it kind of results in weird shadow there. Is it because it needs to come out more? A little bit? The other thing is it's doing like a fold there instead of on that side. I went under the floor? I'm confused. Lemon? What did... I don't remember moving Lemonade. Oh, when you streamed Subnautica last. Right, I remember that now. Like that. That one's having a bit of trouble now. Mesh, normals. Is it vectors again? Just to be sure. I think that working alright. Be sure to put it in the showcase. We'll extrude there. Can pull that out a bit. And then select these ones. Have that go across that way. Edge, clear, sharp. Vertex, smooth vertices should help a little bit there. And then just needs a little poof from this one, I think. Smooth vertices again. And then we'll say this one. That can be tuft going like that way. It's a little bit of a weird one to get right. I'm trying to get it to feel like it's a little tuft going in almost wrong direction kind of thing. I think that needs another cut around it. And then that lets curve properly curve. And then select those, vertex smooth vertices, and then can pull out more. I don't know if this one's gonna work though. This one's struggling a bit. Well, it's getting somewhere. Drag that one down more. And then drag that back and up. Does that have curve more? That's closer. It feels like still missing something though. So that's also just not really on the original one, is it? We'll undo. Delete vertices. Delete vertices. Fill in that. Then we need these ones to pop out more and make something that feels more accurate. Extrude. Vertex. Smooth vertices. Make a lot smoother but raised. There we go, that's more like it. Then can do a little bit more of a pop out there and there. There as well. And then do that one as edge mark sharp. And there we've got more of the knee. Your burger does not need more drywall. No, Eternal, bad. Does that look good for the inner floof? Should probably turn back on like the hair and stuff and make sure it looks right with that. Here, we'll even do select all of these, delete those, select these, mesh, separate by selection. Oh right, I can't mirror this with the shape key on it. That's fine. We get rid of shape keys. And then we add the mirror. Mirror. Apply. And then if we do the pose mode, are you okay? So that is doing it properly. That has proper wiggles, despite making the mirror stuff. It is still rigged well. The big and small motion. So that good. Question is if I've done it all right. I'm still... I feel like this front floof might be too big. So if I were to just select that one, turn on proportional editing, and shrink down that bit. Is that better? Yeah, I think that'd help a lot actually. And then only thing need from there.
Silverblaze official wants cat to shapeshift. Cat wrap.
Cat wrap. There you go. Scale X bigger. Though now I wonder if we're too delicate. I think that good. I think that about right. Wrong ear color entirely, but it does get the point across of how it looks. Oh, I forgot the little cloth thingy. Not spoilers for V7. I don't think massaging the wood out of your eyes is a smart move. That sounds like how you get a scratched cornea. I would be very careful with that. Flushing it out with clean water is better. Eternal, no. The cloth thingy just below the ears, the red and blue ones, did not make on this. Though I also can't decide if those are part of clothes or part of ears. Yeah. Because I feel like they wouldn't necessarily follow the ear motion and stuff, so they don't need to be on the ear rig. I'll leave them for now. I'll start with just base and confirm with mac and cheesy later. But I think ears are good. I don't see much floof on the base ear. There's like tiny bit of it on one, but I think I'm just gonna skip that one because it doesn't, like, the shape itself is the same. So then just gotta do tail next, which is gonna be interesting to say the least, because we gotta turn this slender tail into big super floofy tail. Okay, I'm glad you have no more wood in your eyes. Be more careful. Now let's start with like around here can be around there. No, that one. And then big selection. Let's scale. That poof. Question is, I don't think that's big enough because her tail is bigger than her hair, it seems. so we gotta make this super poof. But the trouble is gonna be keeping it from feeling like a raccoon tail or something. I think we need to make the end of it go back pointy again. Okay, so now we've got we've got floof. That's looking more accurate. Question is size. We can also, on this one, more do sculpt mode and be okay with that. Because this one doesn't have to be fully symmetrical. Something like that. And then use the inflate tool to poof up even more. Make sure that we get proper floof. It's getting somewhere. Now is question of how we do the proper tail fluffs. Because it's been a little bit since I did the V5 tail. So my method for that isn't gonna quite work the same, I don't think. I think that helps a little bit too. Getting shape more like that. I think we've ended up with the tail quite a bit longer than it was, but we can adjust the armature as needed. So then how do we want to do proper floofs? Because we are looking pretty floofy already, even without the extra. And I don't want to go like overly. I kind of want to go same style that we had in the inner ear. So that's going to be figuring out where we want the extra stuff to come off and doing like from there to there, do an extrude. Throw a smooth vertices on that. And then from this point, maybe even both of those for this one, extrude, vertex smooth vertices again. This time, drag this out this way. Bring that in more. and then we can start dragging things out, getting it more following what we expect it to. So something like that, and now we have little extra floof. And we just do that on various ones until we have the layout we want. The trouble is getting everything to feel lined up and stuff. Those two. And then are you on? Yeah, and you should be on bounding blocks for this. Have that poof more. And then drag that this way and out a bit, I think. Down a bit. There we go, so that's smoothed out more. And then we can select this edge along with several of these and more on this side to do a mark sharp. And that should get more of that crease to it. So we don't want to do the one exactly across now, which would be technically either of those. So maybe we do this top one and then do that lower one there. This one we could have maybe step back one and then have it come in. So from there to there. Extrude that out. Vertex smooth. And then select those two. Actually, maybe this one is just extrude this one. Actually, no. I liked the other version better. Vertex smooth. All the way. Drag that out this way. And then get that to come out more. Oh, it's been enough time for that one. So lift that up and carry on the others. Yes, I was Cat Rat. You're the one who requested it. Well, I suppose that's a sign for how good it is. Select that one, scale so that we separate those. Those two scale down. And then these two need to come out more. I'm realizing that I also need to have these be like one comes out more than the other, I think. kind of like that. That one we can have this one be the one. That curves it up, and that adds a bit more variance to it. And then select these. This one can be a bit longer than the one on the other side, and then this one can be the super long one. Edge, mark, sharp. Oh, that was clear, sharp. Edge, mark, sharp. There we go. And then this needs to smooth out. Probably like all of these need to smooth out more. Smooth vertices. We'll go with like there. Take off those two. Protect smooth vertices. That one. And that just needs to do the thingy. That needs to come down. Still a little bit don't like. I think we'll go sculpt mode and smooth out that spot. Because it just not cooperating otherwise. So if we smooth it out too much, it does the bad. Maybe we do this tool. There we go, that helped. And then that needs a little bit of same there. The problem is now that needs inflate. Because that is not straight. Very nice sculpt. Needs inflate. Inflate smooth. I feel like I'm making this worse. How am I messing with this so much? That's fair, Gold. Hopefully you learned a lot. Tail struggle still. It's got like this weird bit there. What is up with this little indent here? I've got the opposite on that side. What if we do grab, pull that down a bit, and pull there? That seems a little bit better. We've still got like some weird bumps and stuff though. Though we should probably focus more on adding more of the floof thingies before we get overly invested in making the tail correct, smooth and stuff, that kind of thing. Which part want to add from that? You're dancing? Are you enjoying the Tommy music? That bit go down though. There we go. That better. Glad you jammin'. Tommy make good music. So like this one should be next one, I think, so that we get the full 3. I wonder if I can make it go all the way. So if we have that go across here. Probably there-ish. Extrude. And then we'll select that edge. Edge, clear seam just to be sure. And then I want that one. I want these two to rip. So if we do that and then do that, that does work. That does trigger a little bit earlier than wanted, but I think that's fine. So need that one, do fill there, fill there, fill there. Edge, mark sharp that one. Can do edge, mark sharp to there. And then go even a bit further on that one. Edge, mark sharp. So now we've got those separated. Now if we select these and do vertex smooth, we can ramp that up like crazy. start getting more of that we're looking for. The dancing one. It is funny short. That. I don't know on that one. That one feels a little off. Maybe that needs to come away more. That helps a little bit. And this needs to come out more, I think. To kind of help fill out the space. Not bad. It is definitely very clustered at the tip, though. I could have these go like that a bit more. That should also help for getting this to go in smoother, I think. There we go. That does feel a little bit odd. I think. There? Yeah, that helped a little bit. Now we just need some of the other floofs. Other thing could try is throw that there. That would let these smooth a little more, I think. And have a bit more of a curve to them. And then we need that to be individual origins. Not on that. Something like that. Huh? Oh, snack time. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, or 4 lemonade. Which one do you think? 3. We have more salty crackers. These were missed last time, but they're Vuzda ones, and they have a little cat wizard on them. I don't know if they're gonna be anything like the other salty crackers that were in here. But if they are, I'm not gonna like them very well. Let's see. Oh, these give me vibes of like Scooby snacks. They're like weird triangular cracker thingies with the hole in the center. They have the same taste as the other salty ones. It kind of gives me more soy sauce almost kind of vibe. Well, no, I taste a lot of olive oil in it, it feels like. But it's got like a, I guess, oily taste to it. I don't think I've ever actually had Scooby snacks either. They just looked like Scooby snacks when I first saw them. There we go. Now I've got those curves right. They also have like a hit of spice to them, which is a little bit odd. Alright, so got those there. Then where do we want other tufts? Do we want other tufts, or do we just want to better plan around those and keep it low? Because it is massive tail, but mac and cheesy has massive tail. Like if I move, like look at how big that tail is. Mac and cheesy's tail is just huge. I don't think I've even made it big enough, actually. I think we probably need more floofs than that, based on what I'm seeing there. That is not going to be counted as floofy enough. Unless it's... like if we do... select that bit, this. So make big... so if we make everything a little bit thicker, and then change bounding box center, and make even big. Like, is that? I think that's more similar to the scale. It doesn't quite do that. And thank you for the reminder, Eternal. Is that... That's so big. I think that is the size of her tail, though. Next bit there. Is it even bigger than that? I don't think so. I'm gonna start getting a bit worried with something that big. I am also viewing it from from usability and VR angle. You're gonna end up hitting someone with this. It's gonna make my tails look small, and my tails are big. And I think I need to hide the hair for a little bit. Yeah, because this needs to come out more. Your tail is certainly longer than mine. Because you're Nova Beast. Nova Beast has pretty freaking long tail. But it does taper a lot, so it's kind of hard to get a full read on scale. I might have to make sure I add a toggle for her to turn off her tail, just in case she's somewhere where it's just not feasible to have a tail like that. Because that is, like, double her size. It is looking like a portable beanbag chair, isn't it? Question is, do we want to keep adding floof, or is the simplistic version better? Trying to see if I can maybe exaggerate the floof we already have and reduce the poly count. In theory, I've never actually added a seat to a model before. Hi Thaddeus, how you? Some of those in. There we go. I think that helped a little bit. Still feeling pretty tight though, I think. Pull that in more. Roll in for uppies. 12 is not high enough for uppies. And I do have seats, but those were on Gogo Loco. So those were auto-added by a like prefab thingy. It's a whole lot different trying to add your own custom seats. I'm not quite happy with this top one. Like, this one's fine, that one's fine. This one just doesn't sit right from certain angles. I think so everything else goes up and that does not. It would be a bad roller coaster. I could try and curve it the other way. Maybe it's because it goes down and everything else goes up. Add more flipping outward. Yes, very dizzy. Alright, so then that means that we need to add more of the floof. We'll go another one on this side, I think. Go from here to there, I think. Extrude, and then we'll have it floof down the other way. More up the tail. Yeah, like on that end, but it's gotta start coming down a little bit so that we get that same shape. Too eepy. Smooth vertices. And we'll do extrude out these two spots. Do the same loop that's on the others. Actually, wait, before we do that loop, we want to move those two so that they're more over here. And then do loop there. And then that lets us select those two vertex smooth vertices. What? And that sounds very much like you, Eternal. Alright, so we've got that more making sense. Then we need this one to start curving down. Down and out like that. So that takes the others with it. That's how we get the floof coming out more. Probably about there. Difficulty is getting this to fit smoothly with the rest of it too. I think about there. Select those two. Scale down there. These two scale down there. That fits a little bit better. And then can even have that there. That kind of works. Why in the world would you get your sister to look a dead spider in Baldur's Gate? That sounds odd. Yeah, those are not good Huppies rolls.
Silverblaze official sent 50 to say, uppies to Cat Hat.
To Cat Hat? I don't have a hat on. And hi Nerf, how you? You will be the hat. Alright. There you go. Edge, clear, sharp. This one run between the two. Edge, mark, sharp. And then need inner part two. That one, edge, mark, sharp. Alright, that look a little bit better now that it has another one? I think it does. Probably need one more on the other side. At the very least. I do want to keep it simpler. So we're getting there, I think. Cause can also do trick of adding more sharp edges to help. I'll get these to curve this way too. There we go. You can't starve from lack of uppies.
Be a bad boy and find it out for myself.
I'd rather not. Oh, shoot, not snapped on the tree. Normals, reset vectors. They seem to make you whiny. I can confirm that much. Hi, duck. How you? Fluffing song? Wait, no, it changed anyway. It was that end. Glad to hear you're good. I'm still dizzy. Think maybe one more on this side. I don't know. I could probably just poof it more and it might work. Probably go maybe one on this lower end there, one on that lower end there. Might be enough. I don't think Blender could even have a poofing tool. Mesh, vertex, smooth vertices. Edge, clear seam. Edge, clear sharp for now. And then need the let's try other way. Let's try those two. Drag these ones out.
Something I'm scared of, I suppose.
And then
There are
vertex smooth vertices.
monsters
Progress.
who will not show themselves and who cause trouble.
Silver is well aware that I am the dizzy.
Dreams, monsters who suck blood, and monsters.
Silver has been here helping monitor the dizzy with everyone else.
They are much more cunning than other monsters.
The dizzy is definitely struggles though. Yeah, no container shaking. I think I shook my head too fast. Do not shake the cat. Even the cat should not shake the cat right now. This one. There's a lot of things that can temporarily English hard. Point stands low. because that was temporary deletion of English language. So it count. Yeah.
Silverblaze official sent 50 to say, since Botrix won't let me head pat you, have these instead.
Why editor keeps sending bits? That's not editor job. Left up that way. I don't even know who HR would be in this case. Join those two. I've already reported you to me. I am well aware of your behavior. Edge. Mark sharp. I'll go there. Edge. Mark sharp. How make match better? I think loop and then do the drag more. So get rotate more, drag, and then these need to come out more. These two need to go other direction and in more. Those two come out more. There we go. That's starting to look better. Now just need curve on lower side make more sense. Floof. A little less, does you think? This wouldn't work that good. uncertain. Scale. Connected only. Poof, that bigger. And then these curve up. Think that better? We have weird overlap here though. What happened here? What this? Why do? How do? Confused. There, that fix. Do we like that? That big floofy tail work? I'm still unsure on it. I guess need one more on this side. Something fell off over here. I was correct. There we go, something like that. And now they're one there too, which is other one. Lift. And then hold that one in. There we go. And over here too. Why all these have issue? I thought I had fixed many of these. Bot tricks again, not problem. I don't want you to shoot the messenger. Okay, guess. Yeah, I don't know how spoon works. There we go. Got more of curve to it. You're not even doctor. You just silver. Silver is great, but silver is not doctor. I'm surprised you accepted an apology that quickly instead of having me say that silver is good boy. You got the good boy in the end. What do you mean you got nothing? You got no response. My brain is almost shut off too. I'm trying to think of how to do last piece of floof, I think. Because I think 3 on each side is probably enough. No 2K. No 2K. Save them for a day when make for better content.
Silverblaze official sent 5 to say, here's 5 out of spite.
Meh. Where am I putting the last one? I know, like on this row, I just can't decide where go. And I can't control Dizzy right now. Dizzy high. I guess there? I'm not sure though. That there? We try there, I guess. Right, smooth. These two extrude. Actually, before that, edge, clear, sharp. There we go. Now extrude those two. Vertex, smooth vertices. like that. And then pick corner and drag. Something weird with that. These ones scoot this way. This one grab. That go back. That need more around it. Why is this one not cooperating? That one gave me like next to no trouble. This one's just being weird. Drag these out. Oh, there was a hydrate a while ago I missed. Here we go. Oh, thank you for a reminder to save. To there-ish. Edge. Mark sharp. There we go. That help. Now I just need to make rest make sense. There we go, something like that. Can have these ones curve up away a little bit more. These ones can curve. Guess better not curve on those. Them more like that. And this comes down. That come out a little bit. And then those two come out more. These two go down. And out. That look a bit better. It's still struggling though. Meh. Here we go, hydrated. And then bring that up. And there. Don't come down that way more. I think that's starting to come together. That one needs come that way. I think there. So now you've got floof. I actually like the floof on this side a lot more than that side. I could mirror it and then tweak it so that it's not quite exact, but I feel like this side's also acceptable. It's just smoother. What you guys think? Is one side clearly better than the other and I should duplicate it, or is it okay with both? Yeah. And fur is even less so. I think it's that this side doesn't feel as fluffy. So I think I'm gonna do little poof up top here. That help make this feel more floofy. And then I kind of want to see if I can get that to do a thing. The other thing I could do, select endpoint here, turn off connected only, so that we then have select like big chunk, and then if we go here and rotate, we can have like twist to curve all of them around, but I don't know if that's a good idea or not. So if we do that, it looks cool, but I don't think that's the kind of tail they have. Theirs is not quite like that. I kind of like it though. Problem is it kind of got the end of the tail there. I want it to not get the very end of the tail. And like that, but then it also curves like there, which is not what we're after. It's super cool though. Is tempted. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that. Hi Evan, how you? I'm gonna duplicate. We're gonna call this one tail. No caps, tail. Tail twist. This lets us make a twisted version and a non-twisted version. I am dizzy, but otherwise okay. We'll go like twisted to that degree, I think. And then I need to get this back straight as possible. So like that. What if we do rotate like that? And then rotate that way. I think that work. Yeah, I've been dizzy cat for a while. Those go up. Those ones go in. Smooth out. There we go. There we go, hydrated. So that is pretty floofy.
Hey Cat, this is Blender. Go ahead and save before I crash again.
Yeah, I save. There we go. So we now have twisty tail versus straight tail as two options. Problem is the armature is not rude. Combo. I definitely like the twisty too, but I do want to give Mac and Cheesy both options because I think this is more in line with her reference. But holy freaking cow, is this one pretty? And I think in motion it's going to be even prettier. So if she wants the curly, especially given that her hair is curly too. Like that is a good match. Whereas that fits more with the ears. So I'll probably wait until I get confirmation on direction before I do the rig and physics. But I think we're doing pretty good on that one. Is this one doing alright? No, that needs that there. Make sure that that cooperates right. Alright. So given that that's the case, I'm gonna just take some screenshots, I think. Actually, no, I'll wait until after stream and do full, like, turnaround shots. So she knows what she's looking at. I think I'm probably gonna end it a little bit early and call it here. Because have been under weather. Let's see who we want to go raid. Do we want someone we know? Or do we want someone else doing art? Thanks, 8-bit. There is... who we got? I think we'll do someone new. I'm doing best to get better. I'm taking things slow. I was on couch all Saturday. That was one of the reasons why I skipped stream, was because the dizzy and sore throat, and was just super tired and fatigued. Ended up dozing on couch while boyfriend watched Big Bang Theory. I think, let's double check their mic. Yeah, they're fine. So we'll go raid Starling Song, who seems to be a pony VTuber and is doing art. So we'll set up to raid them. I don't know what they're drawing, but it has braids and it looks like it'll be super cute based on their art style. So go give them some love, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Hopefully I'm feeling a lot better then, and we'll be doing the escape the backrooms one. Harry Bus caught us right at the end of stream. But I'm super excited for next stream, and I will see you guys then. Tschüss,